Shalom, Oppress, Kadash. Very quickly, I don't want to see the pastors at GreatMillStone. Very quickly, I'm just blogging a bit of news today. Tying it in with the scriptures and whatnot, mate. It says Freemasons are blocking reform, says Police Federation leader. Now, the actual specifics of what's going on here is not the concern, but the main concern is Psalms. I'm going to go to the book of Psalms, showing you that you do have an organization called the Freemasons, which at the top of that organization is the Rothschilds, which is the power structure of this Esau's realm, Esau's world. Babylon, which America's Babylon, and the beast. Now the EU. And Freemasons is a name of one of the organization names. It says reforming policing is being blocked by members of the Freemasons, and their influence in the service is thwarting the process of women and people from black and minority ethnic communities. The leader of rank and file officers has said. Steve White, who steps down on Monday after 3 years as a chairman of the Police Federation, told The Guardian he was concerned about the continued influence of Freemasons. White took charge of the government for threatening to take over the Federation if it did not reform after a string of scandals and controversies. And you Israelites, you haven't got no business joining the police force or the army that matter. We're Israelites, man, and our power is the God of the Bible, which this system actually comes against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, because evidence of that is that whole gay marriage thing. If you even condemn it, which is condemned in the Bible, guess what's happening to you, mate? They're gonna railroad you. They might block your account, take your videos down, call it hate crime, bring you to court. So you ain't got no business working for an organization that is against the values of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, against the Heavenly Father. Okay. Critics of the Freemasons say the organization is secretive and serves the interests of its members over the interests of the public. The Masons deny this, saying they uphold values in keeping with public service and high morals. White told The Guardian, what people do in their private lives is a matter for them. When it becomes an issue is when it affects their work. There have been occasions when colleagues of mine have suspected that Freemasons have been an obstacle to reform. So that's pretty much the point. It says White would not name names, but did not deny that some key figures in local police federation branches were Masons. And it said in this article, the Masons come out and said, "Nah, we're not manipulating." Here is the Masons deny this, saying they uphold values in keeping with public service and high morals. Now, according to the Bible, they're not keeping up with high morals, because this society is not really, even though they claim Christians and the Bible, but the Bible doesn't support transgenders, the Bible doesn't support homosexuality, and the Bible's against eating pork. The Bible's about a man growing a beard on his face. The Bible's about keeping the Sabbath. The Bible's about keeping the Passover. This society does not uphold that. In the kingdom, our system is going to be based on what the Bible represents, what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakah Kadash represents, man. And we say that. It says, going down. White said it's about trust and confidence. There are people who feel that being a Freemason and a police officer is not necessarily a good idea. I find it odd that there are pockets of the organization where a significant number of representatives are Freemasons, and that goes without saying. The Masons deny any clash or reason police officers should not be members of their organization. Well, if you at the top levels, you find out that you worship the devil and you don't stand for what the Bible principles really stand for. You ain't the builders, man. You're building Satan's work. That's why your kingdom. The Bible says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. Anyway, I could be reading this all day, so, you know, good little article that, you know, you just show, you know, you got, these are people coming out, you know, people are conspiracy theories. It's not theories, mate. These are organizations actually exist. Okay. Let me, so this, you know, it's quite a bit of information, quite a long article. Let me go to the scriptures. Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. The Freemasons, which is, and the Illuminati is really the Rothschilds at the top of that, because they're calling themselves enlightened. But they're a secret organization. They're the secret council of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau. How do we know that? Malachi 1:3, amongst many scriptures. Esau is the wicked. Esau is in power now. This is a wicked rulership. And who's the wicked man at the top of that? The Edomites. See, because these scriptures link together, man. You got Christians trying to come up, talking about they're coming against us. They don't know what the hell they're fucking talking about, man. They don't, man. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. So they're setting it up where they're oppressing, you know, through these different organizations and stuff. Yeah, they do oppress the tribes. You know, you got the first fired, last hired, and all that. All that stuff's real. You know, to get up in the ranks of these people, you gotta kiss their ass, mate. You gotta do rituals and all types of different things to get up there, man. You know, and it's just a fact. You know, you got shadow government behind the scenes. You know, which the Rothschilds are at the top of that, which are trying to establish a new world order, a RFID, mark of the beast system, where they're gonna get everyone, where they want everyone to be RFID chips. So, you know, there's a lot going on out here, and you gotta have your eyes open. You gotta have your eyes open, man. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? That's why the people, who are the Freemasons, or they can't be real, or, which most people know about them now. The Lord's opening up the information, but they took pride in being a secretive organization and oppressing people from behind the scenes. That's why they always show you the Queen and all that on the TV. They don't really show you the Rothschilds, which the Queen's in with them. But the Rothschilds themselves hide. You know, you don't get the average person on the street talking about the Rothschilds. They're talking about Nigel Farage. They're talking about Theresa May. You know, and people of that matter, people like that. It says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. You know, the Lord's setting up this World War III, which is going to be the destruction of Esau's own kingdom. You know, that is how Esau's going out. World War III. And then the Lord coming back in the chariots. So, your kingdom's through, Esau. There's nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do, man. Malachi. And for all you Christians, oh no, Esau's not the so-called white man. You know, you guys have never broke down the table of nations. You just want to say what you think it's not, but you don't have the answers. You guys are butthurt, man, because your masters are getting cursed out. You can't believe it. You're so stupid, man. These same Edomites you're trying to protect, mate, they'll cook you and eat you, man. You stupid fools. You think that these people at the top give a fuck about you stupid Christians out there. Anyway, Malachi 1:3. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build it, but I will throw down, and they shall call him the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. How can you get around that, man? They're the border of wickedness. So the nation of Esau, they're the wicked, and the Lord has indignation against them forever. You can't get around that. So we know whoever the people are walking around with the Edomites today, which is the so-called white man, the majority of the so-called white man, they're a bunch of Edomites, and they're going into slavery, and they're going to be exterminated. So with that, I'm saying shalom.